Yeah. So I introduced y'all. Well, first I'm intro to episodes. Episode 13.
It would be 13.
Yes,
Yes,
will be 13. And I was thinking, it might behoove us to like start doing it like a week in advance,
Okay.
and then we, like at the end of the last episode, I could have been like, hey, next week, we got. GoMillz, he's coming up and, B&B, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, just that planning. I'm always doing that Monday morning quarterbacking. So, now I'm trying to think, like, I'm still Monday morning, but maybe for this coming up Sunday instead of the last one.
Right.
So, it's a learning lesson, man. I need a fucking assistant.
I think we all do, man.
Right. Or a clone. I could use a clone.
Boy.
So anyways, episode 13, we got the homie GoMillz straight up from the 704. There's a lot of people from the 704 in this room right now. I'd say probably
everybody.
the most people from the 704 in one room I've seen since I've been here.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Definitely. So you didn't go out there on Friday night.
Nah.
I actually just missed. We were Chris and I. We were walking up. We heard the homie GoMillz performer this year, B&B Fest, Beats and Bars, in Durham. 2017.
I think it's like the second annual.
Yeah. Second year, man. So, say what up to our listeners.
Yo, it's your boy GoMillz. Like you said, from Charlotte, 704. It's pretty much what it is. GoMillz.com. That's GoMillz.com. GoMillz on Twitter. GoMillz 704 on Instagram, Snapchat. So.
What made you want to change your name? Because I catch myself. You know what I'm saying? I keep wanting to say Ferris Bueller. Yeah, but you going by GoMillz.
I changed it really just to make the music more accessible. Like anytime I would drop something, like if you Google Ferris Bueller, like I might be on the first page, but I might be like the last link on the first page.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard.
In this day and age, like don't nobody want to have to go the two pages on Google. Like I just want to put your name in and find you.
Right.
Or if people go on iTunes or something like that, it'd be like you had to type your name and the song, your name and the album.
Right.
I just wanted, you know what I mean? Like so, I just felt like with the name, it'll be easier for people to get it. And then plus, like you was saying my last name GoMillz, so like most people already call me GoMillz anyway. I pretty much had a name, and I just didn't use it. So 'cause everybody already called me by my last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
True indeed, man. Yeah, it makes sense. It's crazy. You want that visibility. The verdict isn't the most visible, but it's more visible than Anne Friends.
Yeah.
Way fucking and because when initially I would tell people like follow listen to my shit Anne Friends, they'd be like, "Are you talking about Shane and Friends?" And like that they used to ask me that every single time because that's the first link that always comes up is Shane and Friends, and then other people started having show and Friends, and I mean the name just wasn't very inspired.
Yeah.
So I was always looking for a reason to get rid of it, and turn it into something else. Which I was kind of explaining to you earlier. And I think when you perform some of your new songs.
New shit.
Word.
I just dropped it on Friday on the website. It's just a four song EP, just something small called "Don't Look Down." And I did 3 songs. It's 4 songs. I did 3 of them on the rooftop at American Underground, which was super. That was probably the best experience. I think at the festival, I think that was probably the best place to perform, bro. Like on the rooftop.
As far as like performing in your past performances, this was the best one. Like even in Charlotte, like you got more love when you came to Durham.
Well, I actually do get more love when I go out of town.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
I do get more love when I go out of town, but like when I say that was like the best spot to perform, I just meant like experience
out of the weekend, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like just
Okay.
for like if you were a performer at that festival,
Mm-hmm.
like being on the rooftop, like just sonically, the breeze, like just everything about the experience of the performance. But it was probably one of my better shows too. I've definitely had like bigger crowds. I think I kind of missed, like I went right before like the wave of people came, so that's like the nature of the game sometimes.
Yeah.
Did you have like a option to choose?
No, I didn't have an option to choose like my set or like what time I went or anything like that. Like that was already planned.
So like who contacted you? The Crystal hit you up or you hit her up?
Yeah. Well, like I've been doing shows in Durham with Crystal for like 3 years now. Like I done did like a few of her like Yo NC raps.
Hey, my microphone quality isn't that great.
Oh,
so
you
gotta
get closer.
You gotta get like
and
up on
you get
it.
on it. But now I've been doing shows with Crystal for about 3 years. Like the first time I came up here, like I said, was in 2014 for like Yo NC raps, and ever since then, like she like just hits me up about like random shit to come up, or like if she got like a show or like something like that, she'll hit me. And she didn't send me to other people. Like I did shows in Greensboro and some other places because like they knew her and they wanted her to like give them some performers. So she'll hit me and tell me to go. So that's pretty much what it was this year. The same thing. Like they hit me like back in like February or like March. Like it was like 6 months in advance. I was like, yeah, I should be able to do it. And then that's pretty much it. They do all the planning. They let you know like they pretty much told me then like my set was probably gonna be like 15 or 20 minutes. I just at that time I didn't know like what day though. I didn't know if it's gonna be Friday or Saturday. I had no idea that they was doing this rooftop shit. Like all of that shit wasn't there yet. Like that plan wasn't there yet. But otherwise, yeah, they pretty much set up everybody's time slot, so I don't really get to pick and choose.
Yeah, the rooftop shit was nice.
Yeah.
And there was you know what I'm saying, there was some, you know, talent. Like, you know, there was a lot of talent for the ticket price.
Right.
You know, I'm not at all mad, even though I could have got it for cheaper if I had bought it earlier.
Yeah.
I waited till the last minute, of course, so I ended up spending like $65 per ticket.
Yeah.
But if I had spent that $45 ticket, then I would have
been way worth it.
Yeah, it would have been way worth it. I mean,
I'm not, like they sold out like within like the first month or so.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it though. I mean, because I still see. I mean, I seen Sci-Hi. I seen.
So you saw Nick Grant.
Yeah, Nick Grant's dope.
Yeah, you saw.
Rap.
You know, I'm not a huge Nick Grant fan. I'm not like the biggest Nick Grant.
I mean, I can't say I know much about him, but I just like
he has a reputation for being able to rap.
Yeah, he can rap, and he got a couple good songs, but I can't say like I know like his
all
stuff.
The lyrics.
So I can't say I know him like that.
Yeah, I only know like a couple of songs. I know I got a couple of songs downloaded on my phone, but I mean last night, I mean just the vibe that he had with the crowd and everything. You saw how he like did like 3 songs. He did one by like Tupac. Did another one because he did Hail Mary by Tupac and like seeing if everybody knew the lyrics. He was like, y'all niggas don't know that shit. So I mean, it's not to say that the people who were in the crowd, you know, were imitators of, you know, just the hip hop, but they just didn't expect, you know, to be put on the spot like that, you know. And I'm sure not a lot of people are really huge fans of Tupac here and just in this area, but I mean, still, a lot of people came out to support the culture, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. That's the biggest part I take away from it. It's just like it's like genuine like love and support for like the talent like in North Carolina, like specifically like in North Carolina, whether it be this area. I mean, obviously Charlotte. I'm from Charlotte. There was a few Charlotte cats, Raleigh cats, a couple cats from Greensboro, like just all around North Carolina. And it's like super dope to see like everybody really just want to see like our area really come up, you know what I mean? Because we feel like it's our every city feel like they next, but just I feel like just North Carolina as a whole, because it's a lot of different sounds and shit here, you know what I mean?
Like there's a lot of mixing that
goes on.
There's a ton of it, man.
Here, so like you can really get any type of sound anywhere in the city or just around North Carolina in general.
Do you feel that, you know, you have like artists, like a lot of artists from Atlanta, they're always, you know, pushing each other, they're always supporting each other. Do you feel like there's a lack of support when, you know, coming from Charlotte? Do you feel like you have a lot of people behind you in Charlotte, or do you feel like people are kind of just like, I'll wait till you get big to support you?
I feel that way about Charlotte. Like I feel like in Charlotte, like a lot of guys just kind of rock with who they rock with. You know what I mean? So like if you on the west side, then, you know, probably the dudes on the west side probably rock with you. If you on this side or this side, then they'll probably rock with you. But it's not really that whole wave, like how like Quality Control got like 85,000 niggas from Atlanta. They come on, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Or like they radio stations is always playing them, and that's the same thing in California. Like in California, they radio stations is always playing California niggas. You know what I mean?
There's so many. There's like so many artists in Cali, man. Like so many sounds.
Stations are always playing each other
all the time.
In Atlanta, they radio stations are always playing Atlanta niggas, and then you get here and it's like
we always playing Atlanta and
they
New York. We always playing somebody else's.
They shit, and then it's like when your shit pop. Now it's like, let's throw the G Yawazama joint on. You know what I mean? Like, and somebody could have been listen to that record.
Right,
You know
because
what I
that
mean?
song is old.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Somebody could have been listening to that record. So yeah, I definitely think, you know, I don't know what it is. Like, I hate to say lack of support, but I guess that's kind of what the phrase I gotta use. Because I feel like the artists, at least up here, I feel like as far as artists supporting each other is better. Like in Charlotte, like I said, artists just kind of click.
Yeah.
And I be by myself, so I don't got like a group of rappers with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't got no conglomerate of rappers. Like, I just be by myself.
Right.
But like up here, like you come up here and everybody's individual. Like it's Deep End, it's Pat Jr., it's Sean Kidd, it's Justin, is Jay Gunn, Josh Gunn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody's really doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not really a big group, but everybody. If you go to their show, like all those people I named, they're probably gonna be de facto. Like they gonna be in the crowd too.
Right, and they gonna
was
show
just-
love
I
too.
was just about to say, like, like Jay Gunn, he was standing. I didn't even know, but he was standing next to me for like a good 30, 45 minutes. I mean, he was just in the crowd, just supporting the artists on stage, rocking with the people around him. And then, you know, he ran up and got on stage. I was like, yo, this nigga was just standing right here for like 10 minutes. Like, if I went to snuff Jay Gunn,
right, you could have.
snuffed this nigga.
It was right there,
Like, if I-
right
like-
under your nose.
Like, every single one of them, I was like, yo, these niggas ain't got beef with nobody.
Yeah,
Nah.
bro, for real.
Nobody,
Like, niggas really.
Because they out here, like, just chilling.
Niggas
You-
just want to fucking rap, bro.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
niggas just
bro.
want to rap
Right.
and make music. And, like, that's why I say, like, when I come up here, it really be, like, I really do feel, like, more love here than I do, like, when I be in Charlotte. Like, when I come up here, like, it's like, oh, man, when the next time you coming out? Or when, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, I done many nights. Like, I done took my time to, like, drive up here to see, like, if, like, some of those guys I named, like, if all 3 or 4 or 5 of them on the show, like, I'll drive up here, like, just to, because I don't get that back home, but like up here, it's like they fuck with me. Like, yeah, I'll take a 2-hour drive to see. You know what I mean? Like, I really do it.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, though, man. Yeah, I mean, I'll say, you know, when we was running that open mic circuit, whatever period of time that was, I mean, it took a lot to get people to come to shows and to see and to support. And I mean, that's back when, you know, you could get like 20 acts on the stage for like $5-10.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of those nights I used to have to pay for people to come, you know, like buy their ticket, you know, like, hey, so you can come and support. And I just don't know why that is. Like, you know, why people act like, you know, the same thing they've been doing every, you know, weekend, you know, like they can't pause it, you know, for a night or, you know. And like when you come, like when you go to a new area, there's always a possibility of strange vag, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have that on the table. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't know this guy.
Yeah, it was like,
see what's happening.
New friends, I don't know.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know, like, because, and even just between those 2 nights, I could spot the people. I was just like, oh, I seen these people last night. So, I mean, you stick out quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, now you're starting to interact with people you don't know, which is fun because, you know, when people meet somebody new, they always putting their best foot forward. They're not being a jerk or a dickhead or an asshole to you because, you know the same people for so long. It's like, you know, well, we can be jerks and assholes to each other because we don't give a fuck how you feel.
Right.
But, you know, yeah, you go someplace new. Like, the whole rooftop shit was dope. American Underground. You went in there, right?
Yeah.
Basically like the Nest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yo, you look fucking exhausted, my nigga.
Bro, I was tired because I was out there. So I was out there from like, I got out there like 4 o'clock.
Well, on Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday. And I went to the beat battle and I was listening to the beats and everything. And, you know, pretty much I've been standing up for about a good, you know, 2 hours, you know, just standing in there and then going back outside, seeing some of the artists perform and then going back inside of the Pin Hook and hearing other people, you know, perform. And then probably like around 8 o'clock, man, it was like, you know what, 4 hours of just standing on asphalt and concrete, man. I'm going to take my ass, you know, over here to the side, take a seat. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Because I got out there about like 2.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, I can't wait to fucking lay down.
Like, bro, like the knees and the back.
Yeah, bro, I'm like, this fucking leg day out here.
Yeah, I'm looking at everybody still standing. I was like, yo, like,
what the fuck y'all niggas do? I see the chick in heels, but like, she never sat down. Like, I seen this white girl that had heels on it. Like, she never sat down. I was like, you're fucking crazy. Like, you're crazy.
Bro, that was a bitch that had fucking platform shoes on. Like, I was like,
too.
yo, lady, what are you doing?
Y'all are fucking wild.
Nah, I had the work yesterday from 6 to 2. So I was like, yo, I'm going home. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to rest because I was fucking tired, man. But how was that for you, though? Like, trying to enjoy it, but also trying to, like, get something out
Try
of
to take
it.
it all.
Yeah, I mean, as a music producer, I mean, it was really cool just to know that I could, be around an environment or just be in an environment with other artists, other creative minds. So it was pretty cool just being going in as a music producer, but as a fan, it was even greater because it was like, man, like I'm like up close and personal with these people.
Right, it was very up close. Matter of fact, after the show, just off the way we were walking, I mean, the nigga Sci High was like right with us.
Yeah.
Like, the only person separating like me and him was that big ass nigga on stage.
Yeah, with
like,
the bucket hat.
Yeah, with the bucket hat. Yeah, that nigga. He looked big on stage,
Security.
but standing next to him, that nigga looked like motherfucking Incredible Hulk.
Yeah,
Bro, I
man,
seen
he wasn't
that
letting
nigga.
nobody.
It's hilarious, bro. Like I was in my car like when I first got there because I had got there like 1:30. I was like, ain't nothing happening, so I'm just chilling in the car. I'm just chilling in the parking deck, chilling in the car. So I'm on my phone and I got the door open, but I'm just sitting in my driver's side. I got the door open, just kind of letting a little breeze come through, and that big ass nigga was like walking through the fucking parking deck, but he was on the phone and he like stopped and was looking. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is up with this nigga? Like, I'm sitting here like,
Bro,
like
I'm
what is he
chilling.
doing?
I don't want no problems,
I
bro.
didn't know that was his security until I seen him on stage. But I was like, I seen that nigga earlier. I'm like, what's up with this big brolic ass nigga?
Red nigga huge for no reason.
He
bro.
getting paid, so he making sure ain't nobody
Right.
messing with his boss.
Yeah, he was making sure Sci High was secure, bro.
Yeah.
And that nigga wasn't even there yet. Like, it was 1:30.
It don't matter.
Nigga.
Right, it don't matter.
Secure the package.
That's
like,
how you know, bro. I need to take his job serious.
Right,
Bro. So I predict Sci-Hi gonna be living long and healthy for a good little minute.
I mean, he's with good music, so I
As long as he
mean,
got his homie with him,
yeah,
he gonna be good.
he with good music. He has to have some type
Is
of.
he even still with good music?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Because I could have sworn he had some not so savory things to say about.
Well,
Yeezy.
he was definitely flaunting it last night, man.
was.
He was
He
like,
definitely
was.
still
That's
am.
'cause-
He said he signed like some kind of like indie deal with Sony last night though. Like they had like this MC panel, like this rap panel,
yeah,
and it was him,
Right.
Josh Gunn, and somebody
Right.
else. And he said he signed like an indie deal with Sony from that.
Right, but I'm getting
I guess he probably just still reps
his affiliations.
Yeah.
I guess he's still affiliated,
Yeah.
especially for recognition. Because when he got on stage, white people came from the back of the crowd to the front of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
And I was sitting there, I was like, nah, they're here for the light skinned nigga with his shirt off. But as soon as that nigga got done, the white people stayed. I'm like, yo, I think these white people are here from Sci-Hi.
yeah, they are.
Oh, that nigga Lord
Yeah.
took his fucking shirt off.
Yeah.
Niggas love taking their fucking shirt off.
To show off the
Shout out to
tattoo.
Law, but goddamn,
Show off
bro.
his tattoo.
He showed off the tattoo. I was like,
Shout
yeah,
out
that
to
was a reason why he took off his shirt, man. He wasn't just hot. Like I understand, like performers get up there and they start sweating, but yeah, he wanted to show off that
Yeah,
tattoo
shout out
because
Law, but he'll take his shirt off.
because Juice was right beside me. He was like, yeah, man, you got that. Look at that back tattoo, man. That thing crazy, boy.
You're
That's
right.
that's the only reason why he took off that
It
shirt.
was a dope back tattoo. The homie,
It was though.
it was crazy, bro.
a
It
dope
was
tag.
it was
I'm
everywhere.
I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah.
It was a crazy ass tat. I want to know where he got it from.
Shit.
But yeah. So the American Underground, that shit was straight as hell. The Pinhook, I like me as like a podcaster, I would have some events there, but I didn't know. I wasn't too much feeling the setup. I mean, even though it was very straightforward, you walk in here, there's a bar on your right, there's a stage in front of you, and there's some room to fucking stand in front of them. Did you go in there
The pimp?
after Friday night? Did you go in there?
Yeah. I went in there. I was really more towards the back.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because I seen you walking out. That is right.
I was more towards the back. It wasn't really. I just really kind of wanted to see what Nitty Scott was about because everybody else, it didn't really matter to see. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but
Right.
I just wanted to see what Nitty Scott was on because I don't think it was anybody. Now I'm thinking about it, I don't really think it was anybody that I really wanted to see at the Pinhook.
Okay.
Yeah, Nitty Scott was straight. I didn't know anything about Nitty Scott. Do you even know who that is?
Nah.
Okay, she basically she getting a Cardi B on.
Oh, okay.
I think Cardi B has created a lane for a certain type of artists, and now we're seeing this African.
We're starting to see the product of that.
Right. I'm starting to see, other people try to, fill in the gaps.
Okay,
basically.
so Cardi B was pretty much the catalyst for this particular style. Now, people are like starting to pretty much.
those are bold claims. I'm just gonna say, that you're gonna start seeing Cardi B and her likeness.
Okay.
More often.
That's fair.
Especially with the success of Bodak Yellow.
Yeah, I heard last time Bodak Yellow was touching the number one. It was competing with Taylor Swift right now.
Yeah, something like that.
With the single, so
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I know you niggas love to talk sports.
Oh yeah.
So what's up with this Carmelo Anthony to OKC?
All right, man. I mean, it's
It
for Carmelo to
It sounds good. It sounds great.
It sounds good, but it's
sounds
not
good.
because we already know Carmelo's past his prime, so he's very limited on what he's going to do. And plus, you have Westbrook, who's a complete scorer, and now he has to be more of a facilitator for both PG and Carmelo.
And the chemistry is not there.
I don't think it is. I think it's forced.
Yeah, I definitely initially liked the idea of Westbrook and Paul George because I always felt like Paul George was a really good number 2 player. Like I never thought Paul George could lead you to the promised land, but I always thought he was a really good number 2 player. And if he was behind somebody who was like aggressive like that, somebody like a Westbrook he's gonna make you pay attention, he's gonna command attention. Then I always felt like Paul. I like that idea, but the idea of Melo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, with those two, Westbrook and PG, I mean, obviously they're gonna do the bulk of the scoring. So
that's the thing, though.
Yeah, but what is Carmelo gonna do?
Yeah.
Because Carmelo, he likes to shoot, and even when he's cold, he's still gonna try to shoot more.
Like when you pass it to Melo, he's gonna massage the ball for 14 seconds. He's gonna
a little fake, yeah.
He's gonna do a 2 dribble,
I
put
think
his shoulder in your chest, and then do a fader.
I think that there's enough room on that squad for all of that. Just because the play styles are so different, you won't have
the play styles are different.
You won't have the same. There won't be it's just like in Golden State. It's very rare for Durant and Curry to have a great night. One of them has to have an okay night, and Clay hasn't had a great night in a very long time.
After he scored 60, that was it.
Right.
Well, but Clay made up with the defense, so I mean that
is true.
That's what I think. What Clay's role
was
is like,
straight
even
up.
though you don't get off offensively,
he might not be able, and he still averaged over 20.
He did. I mean, it was a huge pill for him to swallow. I'm glad he took it with pride, but it was definitely a huge pill because you went from being like the number 2 option. Now you kind of like a 4th option, and I really just need you to stop the other nigga from scoring.
Yeah,
you said the 4th option. Damn.
Well, on any given night, I mean, if you got Draymond Green,
if it's any given night, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying. If you another person, like once you go in the third, anybody is third.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Iggy might could fuck around and give you 28.
You
know
could.
what I'm saying? If you keep backing off on him,
coming off the bench too.
You know what I'm saying? Draymond Green will give you 14, 18 points. If you keep backing off, if there's the mismatch is there, anybody could really be third. But we know.
Yeah, we know what 1 and 2 is.
Yeah, we know what 1 and 2 is.
Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Even Steph Curry had to swallow a pill.
Right.
Because it really ain't your team no more.
Nah.
And if you want to keep winning, you need to understand it's ain't your team.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
They figured it out because they was actually getting mollywopped like at the very beginning of the season because they didn't.
They figured it out. I think it was more like Steph Curry feeling like he needed to.
Right.
Like I felt like he was like trying to figure out what he was supposed to do,
right?
Instead of just doing what he does,
right?
And it was like, but it's just going to happen. So
right.
Y'all niggas be getting buckets, so you niggas are still going to get all the buckets, bro. Like just do what you do.
Right.
And I mean, they have that fast breakdown to a T now. I mean, and it's literally once they inbound the ball, it's like dribble. Once they pass half court, shot. It's already up. You still got like 15 seconds left on the shot clock. It's like, what are you?
Once they figured it out, bro, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Like you seen it, like the finals was like the ultimate, like with Durant averaging like 33 and Steph averaged like that he almost averaged a triple double, but he averaged like 39 and 8.
Like, he swept every team except for the Cavs. The Cavs got one off, but
them niggas was 16-1. 16-1. It's not fair. And like
like what are we playing here? Like,
what is going on? Like you got to
God
stack
damn.
a super team because now they done added fucking Nick Young.
Young.
So basically, the whole team
they reloaded.
They reloaded. The bench is just pretty fucking stacked. But my sleeper pick is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I'm not mad at that.
Niggas is gonna this year. Niggas will respect the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Like
of course
you will.
I'm not mad at that.
Like you will, and like if you go there thinking like you're gonna win,
it's not sweet.
Yes, it's not as sweet.
It's not sweet.
I'm trying to think of the additions because they got Butler and they got Teague there.
They got Levine.
No, Zach Levine's in Chicago. He's part of that Jimmy Butler trade.
They were trying to.
He was a part of the Jimmy Butler trade.
Okay, so I don't know now.
They're trying to
feel the same way. I didn't know he was a part of Jimmy Butler trade.
They're trying to get Lowry from the Raptors, but they never did get him.
I'm actually okay with that though.
So they got Teague and
they got Teague and Butler.
Yeah, so they got Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, of course. Andrew Wiggins still there. Karl-Anthony Towns still there,
and just a fifth nigga there. That's very good. But it'll come to me. But the Minnesota Timberwolves definitely are. They're in the West, right?
Yeah.
So they're at least like better than Charlotte is in the East.
Oh, definitely.
They're definitely better than
Charlotte. See, the East is. I feel like I feel like the East is so it's not as strong as the West. Like the West, everybody in the top 8 has a winning record. You'll have, or at least above. I would say at least above 600 in winning percentage. Right. In the East, you might have like the last 2 teams that are under 500.
Right.
And like they're just
right.
They're just trash.
Just
like Cleveland
trash.
Always. I feel like Cleveland.
I think it was better this year though. I think everybody in the East was over 500 this year though.
I think so. Yeah, the East was better this year.
A lot of you didn't have nobody going off for like 79 wins and shit like that. Like it was far more leveled. I don't know what's going to happen in Boston this year.
I mean, other than having Kyrie and old buddy
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward. I mean, if they, I've heard rumors that the Cavs are still trying to get more.
You need more. You need a lot more
from the Celtics. I don't know exactly how that's gonna pan out.
It's done now.
It's done now. So it's okay. So they're not
done.
all right. So they're not doing it now.
I think they might have got like one more like pick.
Yeah,
but they didn't get like no other players.
They wanted more, and Boston was like, nah.
They wanted Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, and I'm not giving either one of them.
Yeah,
I'm like crazy.
Didn't they just get them?
Yeah, Tatum. Yeah, they just picked
Tatum
up
this year. Jaylen Brown last year.
Yeah, like
they just picked up
And these young niggas is good.
Yeah,
I'm about to give you my young talent.
Right, I'm about to give you my 12-year-olds, man. I'm about to milk these niggas for another 10 years.
That's the future right there.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
Yeah, so Cleveland. With Cleveland right now, I mean, they obviously know that
it's not enough.
And LeBron's leaving next year.
It's not enough.
LeBron is definitely leaving next year. J.R. Smith has something to say about it. He was pissed off. He was like, LeBron gonna be wherever the fuck he gonna be at. Like he's going to L.A., man.
He's going to L.A. is cleaning house.
He's going to L.A., dog.
So they can have.
He's gonna join Paul.
And they feel like Paul George. Yeah, I was gonna say they feel like Paul George is gonna go to L.A. because he only in Oklahoma City for 1 year.
Oh yeah.
He's just trying.
He was in
he's in a layover.
Yeah, he was in the last year of his deal, and I guess like the Pacers was like, yeah, the nigga probably gonna leave, so we gotta get something.
Right, so let's get something.
Because he's going to leave. Yeah, like the nigga gonna leave.
I feel sorry for Westbrook, man, because Westbrook gotta do something, man. He gotta ball out. Like
that was a bad idea.
He just extended his contract too.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Well, for how long he extended it was a bad idea. He should have did like a 1 or 2 year, but I think he did like a 5 year.
Yeah, it's like 5. I think he did it to be spiteful.
Right.
I think it was just like, hey, nigga, I'm staying.
Yeah,
but
even if I don't win anything here, at least I stayed here the whole time.
Nah, bro, because in the league we are today, man, people gonna leave and win championships. Man.
Actually, I never understood why people get mad at a person doing what they want to do with their life.
Right.
I want to do this.
Free agency exists for a reason.
And then you think about the fact that like 95% of niggas, bro. You only got like a select few of people who got like a no trade clause, right?
Right.
Everybody else, I was either drafted to this team or traded to this team. I didn't ask to be here.
Right.
And then I leave and they gonna burn my jersey like suck a dick.
Exactly.
Like one player I think who's probably gonna be leaving next, and he's the big player, is probably Davis. I feel like Davis is
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
The fuck out of New Orleans.
He needs to get it.
Please. Please, sir.
Anthony Davis
needs
What are you doing?
He's all by himself, man.
Bro,
I do want to see how a whole season with him and DeMarcus Cousins works out, because we didn't get, that was. I do want to see that because I think Drew Holiday is like an underrated point guard.
He's definitely serviceable, but he's not good enough.
Yeah. I do want to see just how a whole 82 games
I
works, though.
love using Drew Holiday on 2K. I will not lie about that.
Yeah,
but beyond that, though,
I
beyond
think
that,
he's underrated, but I wouldn't call him like an all-star. But I do think he's underrated.
He's a good player, but he hasn't. There's an elite level, and he hasn't really gotten to that.
I wouldn't even call him an all-star.
Yeah, he ain't even at that elite level, man.
Right. He's on pro.
I feel like
he's pro level.
Oh no, I feel like he plateaued as far as the skill set.
Not playing on experience.
Yeah,
yet.
he's a point guard. He's a facilitator.
He damn sure ain't playing on Hall of Fame.
He's not even playing on experience yet.
He's a facilitator. He'll get the job done. You know what I'm saying? He'll get some assists. Oh yeah, he'll definitely have a double at the end of the night.
He'll get some buckets too.
So we'll see, man. I can't wait. Basketball definitely. I don't even really rock with football like that. Aside from the sports betting that I'm getting into now.
Okay.
And that's mostly just give me 50 on the Jets.
Is it Bovada or whatever? Is that what you're doing?
Not this year. This year I'm using my bookie.
Okay.
I'm using my bookie, but it's all the same stuff. You know what I mean? You got all these options. You can turn a $25 investment into a $51 investment. You know what I'm saying? You keep doing that all the time.
The facts.
Yeah, and you have some money in your account. So I'm just waiting on like one of those, short things to come along, and I'm like, I'm about to put 5,000 on the Browns.
The nigga that's not supposed to.
The Browns.
Right.
I mean, speaking of which, a game just completed because they had Jacksonville and Baltimore playing London at 9:30 this morning, and that game was won by Jacksonville. Jacksonville, I think, won 44-7.
Yeah,
so
I looked at it. Jacksonville was 44.
Jacksonville beat Baltimore.
Yeah, and Jacksonville, I remind you, they suck just like my 49ers, bro. They're like 2-14.
The thing about it is the points they put up, because Jacksonville's defense is good.
It is great.
They have a really good defense,
like Jalen
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
Like they have a really good defense. The amount of points they put up was crazy. That's
a lot
Blake
of points.
Bortles is trash.
He's super trash, bro. Super trash.
T-rash.
So they have and plus they got a great running back, Fournette.
They got Leonard Fournette too, yeah.
From LSU, man, rookie. So it's just like, damn, like they are stacked. Like on paper, they look great.
Yeah, except for quarterback.
Except for the quarterback. They just need a really good quarterback. That's it.
Damn. If only there was
shout out Colin Kaepernick.
I was about to say, if only there was a just an average serviceable quarterback.
But even with the Colin Kaepernick
offense.
Yeah, even with the Colin Kaepernick situation, I got a notification today that the Steelers are gonna be in the locker room during the national anthem today.
Yeah, I heard that.
And because of what Trump said, because Trump just went off. He sounded off this weekend.
Honestly, but I feel like niggas is just being more anti-Trump than pro-Kaepernick. That's how I view this shit.
Yeah, I could sort of agree with that.
Because Trump been saying crazy shit. Niggas wasn't standing on locker rooms.
Right.
But my nigga Kaepernick was out here trying to
show
right.
You needed the president to say something.
Fucking lonely. Nigga lost his job, all this kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas like, man, well, I don't know, man. And everybody has freedom of speech. And now all of a sudden this nigga, when Donald Trump say, somebody needs to be fired, then it's like, man,
called him a son of a bitch.
But you niggas are anti-Trump, but y'all ain't pro-Kaepernick.
But even still, it's still kind of the same thing, because it's like without Kaepernick,
this never happens.
This never happens without, if one man doesn't, just
somebody
kneel.
Somebody
else got to back
jump off
him
the
up.
bridge first. Somebody needs to be like, hey, we should maybe make a raft.
Right. We should make a raft, my nigga.
Like somebody got to jump off the bridge
just in case.
Like somebody got to jump on the bridge. Just like, damn. Like, so those backpacks have parachutes in them. Like, who knew? He just jumped.
Who knew?
That nigga's dead over there. So now we know. Put these backpacks on. all.
Right. Yo, yeah. Somebody got to jump out the window, bro. And Kaepernick, bro. Yeah, he you know. And that's crazy that it's Colin
Dead
Kaepernick.
in the fucking water, nigga.
Right. Because he never getting his job back.
Never.
And
never getting his job
and
back.
then and then back to the NBA, like he was like, I'm taking my, invitation from the from Golden State, and like Curry was like, bruh, I already declined to go.
That was 20 minutes
anyway.
after the news broke that Curry said he wasn't going.
Yeah, bro, I'm not going.
So how you gonna take?
I'm gonna
something
take away your invite.
I threw away the invite already. Like it came in the mail. I threw the shit out.
Right.
I threw the shit
Burn
away.
that shit, bro.
Right. And now how you gonna uninvite me after I declined your invitation?
You know what? He's hesitating.
It's almost like, well, I didn't want your broke ass anyway. Like,
That's definitely like old girl saying your dick little after you break up.
Right.
Like, oh, you wanted old.
But you
like,
fucked though.
Now my dick little.
Now it's
I can't believe you.
But now it's
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a
all
nigga.
this time, all those late night text messages you
Right.
sent me for this little dick.
right. Like, damn, why do you like this little
Right.
dick so much?
Why? Why did you do those things?
Why?
Or that nigga, trying to holler at a bitch in the street, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey girl, let me holler at you, cute and everything. No, thank you. Fuck you,
Well,
bitch.
Fuck you, bitch. You
Fuck
ugly
you, old
ass.
snaggletooth
Anyway.
ass
Right,
bitch.
fuck you, bitch. I was trying to get some head.
Like, nigga, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting all this time, bro? There's plenty of other people who you
It's bitches who actually do
Like,
those things.
respect-
You just couldn't
respect
you
the
just couldn't get
lady,
that pussy.
please.
you couldn't get who you wanted. That's crazy.
Respect
This
the
is
lady.
Like, bro, you already know niggas don't like you though.
Bruh.
Like, if you know niggas don't like you, why you acting like niggas like you?
Exactly. I don't get that. It's like you trying to be friends with everybody, and all of a sudden when they say they don't fuck with you like that, it's like,
Get in where the fuck you fit in.
Like, bro,
nigga.
like, don't forget that the majority of the country did not vote for you. Bro.
Did not.
More people voted against you than voted for you.
Right.
Exactly.
So don't forget that. Like, don't pretend like
Yeah.
more people don't want you out of your job than do. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
It's a weird dude. Bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm ready for him to go, man.
I am
Like,
too, bro. I mean, like, I actually I just think for these 4 years, like, I'm just gonna kind of just travel through life. Like,
Right.
Who even
like, I
knows
don't have
it?
a government. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I mean, who even knows if it's
I'm
gonna be?
fucking Luxembourg right now.
Who
Right.
knows if it's gonna be 4 years? I
Swear to
mean,
God, like,
I'm fucking Luxembourg.
yeah, bro. Like, I'm fucking somewhere. Like,
Right.
I'm in Asgard with fucking
It's right.
with Thor. Like, that's
Right.
where I'm at,
Right.
Because I don't know what the fuck's going on down here.
Yeah,
Right.
This ain't reality, man. These niggas is living wild, bro. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, he called the white supremacists, you know what I'm saying? A group of pretty good people.
Yeah,
yeah,
very fine
innocent,
people.
Yeah.
innocent people.
Very fine.
very-
It's blame on both sides. On many
On
sides.
many sides,
No,
nah.
it's the niggas that's being racist, nigga. That's the
Right.
blame.
Right.
Yeah, niggas being racist, bro. Like,
But what I will say is this, bro. And me and my niggas, we was talking about this shit in the group chat. Fucking Jeff and Ezra and shit. Bro, I can't wait to fuck up a white person for thinking this shit is sweet, bro. Like, Trump got niggas jumping. Like, he got niggas jumping out the window thinking that this shit is cool. I can't wait to fuck a white person
I don't think that
up, bro.
I don't think that. White people.
Where was neo-Nazis 2 years ago?
Well,
No.
Them
Nowhere.
niggas wasn't fucking marching.
they was already in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
You know what
They
I'm saying?
existed. Yeah.
Yeah, they existed in Charlottesville. So they tried that shit in Charlottesville. You know what I'm saying? Neo-Nazis, you got people in Concord who feel that way, but guess what? They're at home feeling that way.
Yeah, you
You
got
know
a
what I'm
They,
saying?
they
got a
ain't,
point.
they ain't
They
coming
not-
out
they're
here
not
marching.
coming- They're not going to Trade and Tryon.
You got a point.
Oh hell
Yeah.
no!
They not
Don't
going
ever
to-
come to
They're
Trade
not
and Try
going
on
to Trade
that
and Tryon.
You
bullshit.
got a point.
They're not
Don't
going
ever
to
do
Freedom
that.
Drive. They're not
Damn,
going
Joey
to
coming
They
to
ain't going to
Road.
Beatty's Ford with
Ashley
that
Road.
bullshit either, boy.
Wilkinson.
Wilkinson.
West Boulevard.
Allegheny, like
Come to-
any
come
of
to
them
Harris.
streets,
Come
bro.
to WT Harris. Come meet me on
Right.
Sunset.
Like,
Oh,
please, like,
man.
matter of fact, we'll give you some space here in Hidden Valley to hold your rally.
Right, yeah. My nigga. Come
Definitely ain't
to
messing with Sugar Creek,
Right.
bro.
Come to Sugar Creek
Don't come
right
to
now
Sugar
with that
Creek,
shit.
bro.
Fucking 00.
Do not
Oh,
come to
right.
do not come to Sugar Creek. Don't come to Oakline Ave. None of that, bro.
Come down Tom Sawyer. You can walk straight
None
down
of that,
Tom
bro.
Sawyer.
With that bullshit.
None of that, bro.
No, you got a point. Never mind.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? So
man.
like,
Point.
It's-
Damn.
if anything, the white people in those areas are like, damn, this nigga making things hard for us.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The white people I know, they're like, like a jungle out there. I gotta go back quick. Bro.
yeah.
It's a fucking
In and
jungle.
out. In and out. In and out.
Bro. White people I know are terrified
In and out.
because of those types of situations. It's
Right.
like, you know, things that might have been funny, they ain't funny no more.
They
You know what I'm saying? Like,
get a
niggas
nigga tossed
is-
over the
yeah.
bar.
Niggas is getting their hair
Like a
rocked
like,
off.
you know, like Yeah, like in the fucking westerns where a nigga like take a nigga on the bar, like
Right.
slide him all the way down, like through all the glasses.
Right.
Glass. Nobody moved their glass. This nigga just flying down the table, hitting his
Like,
head.
that's the kind of shit that's going.
That's exactly what's
Roadhouse.
Nigga right down the shit, slide a nigga right down the bar.
Right.
Roadhouse, boy.
And that's why you even got white people speaking out, because it's like, yo, y'all gonna get us fucked up. We
The
not
niggas that actually are cool, like the white people that's
Yeah.
cool, y'all gonna get us fucked up.
right. Y'all gonna get us.
We're
fucked,
cool white people.
and we not MMA fight. We don't fucking. Do what y'all niggas do. We just live life around black people, and we the ones getting fucked up because y'all in the shadows
Niggas
screaming,
is in the fucking shadows,
screaming whatever you screaming, and I got
Ghoul and shit.
right.
bro.
I actually got to work on fucking Trade
Right,
Street,
bro.
nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no slaves. Y'all niggas is fucking it up for other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I just wish a nigga. I
Bruh,
haven't been
for
in a
real.
fight in a minute either.
Bro,
It's been a while.
fucking itching.
Like,
Fucking itching.
Like,
a
I'm
fucking
Like a
person.
sparring match. Like,
I'm
just,
thinking about like going to them classes at the gym, like the judo classes
Fucking
or
9
something.
rounds and shit.
Yeah,
Just
'cause I'm
waiting
like,
for
yo,
somebody.
I'm itching, man. But shit, because it looks like it's getting more active in here. I'm just like, we're about one
Like
door
one
swing,
door
swing
Yeah.
away.
Like, hey, what's
so
going on?
yeah, we could end it there. I feel like we got a lot of good content. I was glad we could do this because I didn't plan properly for it at all. But at least now, we're proactively moving toward the future, man. I'm real glad you come through.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Congrats on your beats and bars performance. You did it last year too, didn't
Yeah,
you?
you did it
Okay,
last year.
so I'm
we
assuming
looking for him next year then.
I'm assuming you'll three-peat.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be at I'm trying to main stage it next year, so I'm trying to get that big stage.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And if you got shows in this area, you know what I'm saying, I come through with the camera.
Yeah, let us know.
You know what I'm saying? I come through with the camera. And and I got another dude who can come through with the camera. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you got shows in this area, I'll definitely come through, support. But shit, man, yeah. So tell the people how they can find you on your socials.
Oh yeah, no problem. The website is GoMillz.com. That's GoMillz. So GoMillz.com. GoMillz on Twitter. GoMillz 704 on Instagram and Snapchat. Just released.
Are you on Snapchat?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
a snap. Just released the 4-track EP called "Don't Look Down."
I meant to ask you, is that based on the Good Music song by the same name?
That actually was that's why I said it. That's
Okay.
why I said it. From that song.
That shit is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Man. I still listen to that song a
Yeah.
lot.
So release "Don't Look Down" is just on the website right now, but by next week it'll be on all your digital streaming
I
platforms.
don't know. It's kind of smart to keep it there though,
Yeah.
because it's like you gotta go to your website to hear it.
Yeah, funnel that traffic,
Yeah.
centralize the
Right.
traffic.
At least
all
for right
them
now.
views,
Yeah.
yeah.
At least for
clicks.
right now, you gotta go to the website. That's
Right.
kind of smart.
Right.
Yeah,
I
man.
think it's pretty much what I'm gonna do for all my shit now. At least for
A week or two.
a week or two,
True.
just put it only on the site. So you gotta go there to stream it, or if you want to buy it, you can buy it off that, and then afterwards, all right, cool. If you want to stream it somewhere else, all right, you can do it in a week or two.
For sure. And y'all should because the homie Wes, he's a
Yeah, I
producer.
heard him say that, but so I'm gonna definitely have to if you got.
Yeah, man.
He's kind of abstract.
Yeah, definitely abstract,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, kind of abstract.
Definitely
Some shit
abstract
you would hear
hip-hop.
in the UK for sure.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, how can they get up with you? And that I don't know. The Ocean Flow. I still.
Ocean Flow is a little bit more like
Yeah.
US type feel
Right.
with it, but everything else is a little bit more abstract.
I
yeah.
rap on anything.
Oh yeah. So pretty much if you guys want to reach out to me, Twitter, Instagram, and the SoundCloud, it is at I am Wes Taylor. I am Wes Taylor. So
cool. I think you might have followed me the other day. I don't know. I might have seen your page or something because when you said that, I was like, damn, I think either you followed me or maybe I might have ran across your page.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to.
well, see that there you go.
we probably all got a lot of common follows.
Yeah.
so
man.
It's like,
So I might have just seen one of those people you should follow or something.
Yeah.
But I remember
Yeah.
when you said your name just now, I was like, yeah, I seen that name a couple days ago. So,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
because, especially because I don't know. Do you have some kind of relationship with melanated
Yeah, melanated perspective.
Melanated perspective, yeah.
Yeah. So Cam, so I went to school with Cam.
Cam was on our joint like a month or two ago.
Oh, see, yeah.
Me and my friends got a podcast, and
she
came over.
Me and Cam, and DJ Ray, we all went to school together when we went to A&T. So that's how I know.
That's probably how you in my joint then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you probably should shout out What You Mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely got a podcast with the homies. It's called What You Mean. WHATCHU, because we niggas. So WHAT.
What you? It's
what
not what.
you.
It's definitely not what you mean.
Yeah, it's
or what do you mean.
Yeah,
it's what you mean.
What you mean?
What
so,
you mean? Is that what it is? No,
so
what you mean?
WHATCHU space mean. Obviously, you know how to spell mean. What You Mean podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes, and then What You Mean Pod is the Instagram.
It's so hard, like, you know what I'm saying, when you got to name all this shit and you got to, like, one thing got to be this or one thing got to be that.
Right.
You got to flip-flop.
Right.
Like,
all right.
Yeah, I hated that I couldn't just have straight, like, some random motherfucker had GoMillz on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
And they don't even be active like that, bro.
He's like a 14-year-old Mexican kid.
Yeah, man. Don't even be doing anything,
my
bro.
goddamn name.
Taking pictures of grass and sky and shit like that, bro.
Splash Jordan is always available. Always available. That shit is always available. So that's why I'm very hesitant to let go of that name. I've tried to reinvent myself a lot. And none of my handles are Splash Jordan anymore. But, you know, it's still a name that I own. But anyway, so if you like this episode of The Verdict, we didn't get to none of my weekly segments. Again,
but it was flowing though. I think it was really flowing.
Man.
Right,
we good.
When we have a guest in the room, it flows a little bit better. We, you know what I'm saying? We're trying a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you like this episode of The Verdict, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, rate, review on SoundCloud and YouTube at Verdict Podcast. We're on iHeart. iHeart. We're on TuneIn, Google Play, Stitcher, and SoundCloud at The Verdict Podcast. You can find us anywhere of those. And you can keep asking, but we are not on iTunes yet for a reason. Yeah. So,
like a lot of followers of this man. Like, yo, when you going to be on iTunes? When you going to be on this? Like,
we're not there yet for a reason.
Soon.
Cool.
Yeah, so, but we will. So, special thanks, man.
Thank y'all.
Mr. GoMillz coming out, tearing it down Friday night. It was a great festival. If you couldn't make it next year, and you be having your shows and shit on the website too, right?
Yeah, shows be on the website. Of course, I still post them, like, post the flyers or tweet about it. So I should be having some stuff soon. Working on a California date for the end of October. We'll see. I don't want to jinx it yet. Knock on this wood.
Yeah. Right.
But working on a California date.
Do you rock with Coast to Coast?
I did Coast to Coast before. It was probably maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
But it was straight. It was when I was living in Greensboro, so I came up to Raleigh to do it. It was straight, but I'm kind of past the. Like a lot of times, I'll do a showcase, but it's just a lot of times now it's like kind of like pay to play, and I refuse to pay money to perform. Like,
true,
nah. Especially when people email me to perform and I can make money off of it. Like, why would I pay you $200?
Right.
They were like, we're giving you exposure. It was like, but I've already received exposure and got paid for it.
I can figure out how to make my own money. So
true indeed.
These are facts.
All right. Well, until then, I'm out of gas.
All right. One.
All right.